Hello, I'm Greg Lucas with the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, and I'm here for the Pickens County Library System. This is their summer reading program, and this week is Bird Week, and I've brought a bird book here, and I want to encourage y'all, if you have even the least bit of interest in watching our birds, looking at birds, and learning about birds, to take some time this week to learn more about birds. We are at Glassy Mountain Heritage Preserve in northern Pickens County. Even if you're not interested in birds, you should come here because this is a really unique place. Glassy Mountain is what geologists call a monadnock, and it is a mountain standing by itself, much like, what's the name of the mountain in Greenville? Paris Mountain is another monadnock. It's much more developed. A lot more houses and things on it than Glassy Mountain Heritage Preserve here. We are, as you can see behind me, is the Blue Ridge, our line of mountains to the north of us in northern Pickens County. If you were to pick out some mountains here, you could see Table Rock Mountain, which is part of Table Rock State Park. You could see Pinnacle Mountain, which is in the Jocassee Gorges, or horse pasture as most Pickens folks call it. And you can also see into North Carolina. We can very easily see Whiteside Mountain in North Carolina from here. And this is a view at Glassy Mountain Heritage Preserve that is relatively easy. There's a little difficulty to it, but it's about a half-mile trail out here to this beautiful, beautiful overlook of the Blue Ridge. And we're also hearing some wonderful birds while we're standing here. I'm hearing a Tohi, a rufous-sided Tohi. Just a few moments ago, we saw and heard an Indigo Bunting, which is a migratory bird. And a bird like that, you're going to see only during the summer months. The Tohi is here year-round, but the Indigo Bunting, which is this brilliant blue color, is one of the migratory birds that comes from the tropics. They spend the winter in the tropics. They come up here to Glassy Mountain to breed, and they have their babies, and we actually saw a baby here, a baby Indigo Bunting that was begging for food. They get their breeding done during the summer months, and then they go back down to the tropics that migrate a long ways to Central and South America in the wintertime. If you're interested in birding or in bird watching, those words are used interchangeably. People that get really serious about the number of birds that they see, they typically call it birding. It's almost like it's a sport, which it kind of is in a way. But if you don't have to be competitive, you don't have to be all that serious to watch birds, to be a bird watcher at your own home. If you get a bird feeder, which is relatively inexpensive, and put black oil sunflower seed in it, you can see lots of wonderful birds right out your window at your house. You can see things like cardinals or redbirds. You can see tufted titmice. You can see chickadees, and they all have these very sweet calls that you can learn to identify. Try not to overwhelm yourself when you're getting into bird watching. Sometimes people will try to learn 10 or 20 birds at a time, and if you're like me, I just can't process that much information. Learn 3 birds. Make it your goal to learn 3 birds. Maybe you can learn to see, to identify, and to hear the calls of a redbird or a cardinal, a tufted titmouse, and a Carolina chickadee. Those are birds that are here year-round, and you can see and hear them at any time. One other thing, and if you're more electronically minded, there are some great apps for smartphones, and the advantage for the apps over the book is that you can also hear the bird calls. So there we go. We're hearing the Indigo Bunting call. And I had to confirm that to make sure that's what it was just a little bit ago, and I played that and said, sure enough, that's what it is. So a lot of times you're going to hear birds and not see them. And these apps, which are very inexpensive, I think most of them are like $5, $6 or something like that to download. And once you download it, you've got it. You can hear those bird calls, and you can confirm that is the bird that you're hearing. So there's lots of resources available to you. I would encourage you to get a lightweight field guide. This is not an inexpensive hobby, and I would encourage you not to spend a lot of money. You can do these things without a great outlay of funds, but they're so enjoyable. There's nothing more pleasant in the morning than drinking a cup of coffee or hot tea or something and looking out maybe your kitchen window or your living room window at your bird feeder and seeing the birds, and you know what those birds are. And you can either identify them from their call or their song or by sight. And that's also a great entry into the world of conservation, because people that care about birds care about the natural world, and they care about our environment, and they take steps to help improve things. Like it leads to picking up litter for an Adopt-A-Highway program, things like that. It's just a great way to get into the world of conservation, into your natural world. So I encourage you this week during Bird Week to take some time to learn and listen for birds, and then maybe to get out into beautiful places like Glassy Mountain Heritage Preserve, either just to look at the natural wonders, or maybe to come in search of some birds. So thanks for being with us, and I hope to see you out there bird watching soon.